Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to cover all of the April Player of the Month programs and all of the new cards and missions that were introduced in MLB the Show 21. Guys, don't forget, check me out live on Twitch. I go live every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. The Twitch link is down below. And for all the guys that have come by, that you've watched my MLB videos and then come by to the Twitch channel, I really appreciate that. And thank you again for watching the content. Subscribe if you do like the videos. And all right, let's get into the April Player of the Month programs. All right, again, so if you are newer to MLB the Show, which is what a lot of my content is for, you'll now see that the monthly awards now has a program. It didn't have anything there. Now April obviously being completed, we've got our April Player of the Month, the monthly awards, and it is highlighted by the 95 Diamond Byron Buxton, who had an incredible month, batting .426 with 8 home runs. And we also got the 92 Vladimir Guerrero, obviously one of the more popular players in MLB. So we'll take a look at the monthly awards. We'll go to April, and you'll see a entirely new program. It looks a lot like the first inning program, and this is phenomenal for free-to-play players. So if you are someone who's not looking to spend money on the game, you just want to start building up your team, you want to start playing ranked, get into that, these are awesome ways to build a team. And again, it's just by playing the game offline for the most part. So we'll go through the rewards first of all. As the first one, it's all going to require these monthly points that you can earn through missions, moments, and collections. We'll talk about that in a second, but we'll take a look at the rewards first of all. So we've got the 84 Cedric Mullins, who's got great contact against lefties, 125. That is the max, and he has had an unbelievable time. He torched the Red Sox to start the season as well. Not a bad card at all. There is a lot of outfielders, though, that do play very well. He doesn't have a lot of pop in his bat either, so probably a bench bat at most, but I wouldn't really recommend him, just again, unless you want a lefty or a lefty hitter for contact, and that's not really something I would recommend to the new players. And then you'll see these Topps Now opening weekend packs, because these will be required. You guys, if you've done them throughout, I've mentioned how to get these. They were great to build your team early on, but you actually need them for the collection, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So they actually give you ways to collect more of them if you didn't. You'll see stubs. Then we're on to the 84 Danny Duffy, who's got good stamina, decent hit per 9, K per 9 at 71. So nothing crazy there, and the control and velocity are kind of met as well. But the 93 break is nice. His pitch mix, the 4-seam fastball, slider, changeup, 2-seam curve, and then the curveball. And then the pitch control is not bad on the fastball. The break is nice on that curveball and slider as well. I really do enjoy cards that have a really big discrepancy in speed, so in velocity. So 93 on the fastball, you can come back with a 77-mile-an-hour curveball or an 84-mile-an-hour changeup. That's really good. He doesn't have overpowering stuff, but definitely enough to be useful for you guys in your starting rotation if you are looking for a depth starter. Moving on down the list, this might be one of the most ridiculous cards for free, because the Nick Solak, who can play basically any position, his defense isn't very good, but it's not crippling. Look at the hitting stats on this. Like 83 against contact against righties, 92 against lefties, and then power at 93 and 101. Like, that's crazy good depth. Basically can hit anyone. A little overpowered in my opinion, just because you'll see the rewards that we get a little bit later on. Really, really good card, guys, especially at second base, which seems to be the kind of weaker position. I haven't really found a lot of cards that I really like there. Even Max Muncy, for whatever reason, I can't, the Team Affinity one, I can't really hit well with, but that's all personal preference and just how you swing. But this Nick Solak card looks great, so everyone that's a free-to-play player needs to pick up this card, at least get this far in the program to get him. And he doesn't take very long either, because he's 30 points in to get him. We'll get another Topps Now moment from the 5th to the 11th. So again, these guys, Ryan McMahon was obviously popular early on. This Joe Musgrove, by the way, guys, really, really tough to play against online. So if you didn't pick him, you went with Ryan McMahon, who I recommended early on. He was a great hitter. This Joe Musgrove is actually really good. And then we've got the 88 Matt Barnes from my Boston Red Sox. He's had an unbelievable start to the season. And really good hit per 9 and K per 9. Like, that's phenomenal. So that means he's really going to impact the PCI of your opponent when you're using him. Fastball, knuckle curve, and splitter. So he does have a nice mix with that 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and then come back with an 85-mile knuckle curve. And splitters are one of the hardest pitches to hit this year. So just a really good mix. His control, not good on the splitter at 46, but that knuckle curve and four-seamer is good. And then the pitch break is all right around. That's really really, really nice on the 88 Matt Barnes. So that'll be a card that I'm looking out for, even though I have a really good team. It's really good to have a reliever like this that you can throw in that has really good stats for sure. Moving on, we've got the 89 Shohei Ohtani, and the one thing I'll say is that it is absolutely a crime that we cannot pitch with this card. I think that's what makes Shohei Ohtani so special, but this is just a pure hitter card. 85 contact against righties, 50 against lefties, but then absolutely hammers both sides of the plate. Really good power. Arm is 94 in the field. You can play him in the outfield. This is a nice card. Like, I'm curious. I know last year his swing was awesome. Haven't gotten to use him this year, but does look to be a really good power bat off the bench. Or if you want to start him again, outfield is kind of tough just because there's so many options available to you. But other than the lefties, like if you're facing a righty, this would be a great card to bring in. Moving on, then, we've got the 90 Justin Turner, who's got incredible hitting stats, and again, can play anywhere in the infield, which is super valuable. Defense is fine as well. Defense is a little bit better than Solak, and then that hitting stats are really, really nice. I've enjoyed Justin Turner's cards so far. I've used his gold a lot in events as well as online, and yeah, not a bad card at all, and I'm excited to try this one out for sure. 330 with 6 home runs as well to start the year. Great performance by him. Next up, we've got the, again, the Topps Now Choice Pack. Again, you'll get another chance to choose. And then moving on, we've got the 92 Vladdy Guerrero. So obviously much better against righties than lefties. And this is what I was talking about when I said the Nick Solak's a little overpowered in my opinion. But yeah, absolutely crushes. And I've heard nothing but good things about Vladimir Guerrero cards so far. So the only downfall is that he is first base. Now, they did add third base eligibility after, because if you have a stacked team, like I have the 99 David Ortiz, obviously anyone that locks up my first base for basically the entire year. So anyone that's just first base eligible, they have to be unbelievable. But giving him third base really makes him a little bit more viable option, especially for the guys that have those really stacked teams. But yeah, great card, it looks like. And, you know, if you can parallel him, you can get his power up to 79 against lefties, and his contact will be, you know, great as well. So a really good option here. And yeah, I'm excited to try him out. Moving on down the list, we've got the 93 Corbin Burns, and this card looks disgusting. So the 93 hit per 9, 90 K per 9, great stats. Also has 84 stamina, so he's going to be an awesome starter for you in ranked. All the way down to 88 walks per 9 is nice. Velocity's 99 and 97 on the break, and then his pitch mix is also phenomenal. Sinker, cutter, two of the, again, harder pitchers to hit, 95 miles an hour on that. Sliders at 87, changeup at 88, and then a curveball at 81, which, again, if you're playing against anyone that isn't, you know, an all-star or, you know, in the pennant race of rank seasons, going to those kind of pitch velocities, it's really tough for the newer players to beat. So a good option here in the Corbin Burns. Look at that pitch control as well. That sinker you can really locate on the corner. Same with the cutter. If you've used Mariano Rivera, you know how devastating the cutter is in this game. And then the break as well. Look at the slider, 97, and a wipeout curveball as well at 93. A really, really good card, and someone that you should probably try and grind for sure, as he'll give you a really good option on your rotation. And then you move all the way down. Again, you'll get some stuff, and then finally the Byron Buxton. And the Byron Buxton card that I've used, like I've used his diamond, the swing is amazing. So I'm stoked to try this card, not to mention 99 speed as well as 99 fielding. This is an incredible card in your outfield. And it is going to be tougher to get because they made it just difficult enough where you've got to do the entire collection, and we're going to talk about that now. So how you acquire these cards? You go down to the missions, and the missions will get you, I believe, 36 in total in terms of the moments points, okay? The April monthly award points. So 36 is going to get you Solak all the way to this right here just before Matt Barnes, and then you go to the moments will get you 36, and the missions, once you get these cards, it's the same kind of thing as what you did with the Team Affinity cards. So come the Friday, we're going to get a new inning program. We're going to talk about that in a second as well. You'll get, a new Conquest, probably a really easy way to do that. But a lot of these you can just do in Conquest. It's the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. So if you haven't done some of the Conquest, fill your lineup with these cards. Like tally 15 hits with players from the Topps Now series. Just fill up your whole lineup. So do all of the moments first. Get as many as you can, and then that will really help you out, and then allow you to do the missions. Now, lastly, so doing all of the missions and moments will get you to 98, and that means you need 2 more to get Byron Buxton which is tough, which means that you've got to collect all of the April moments as well as the Tops Now moments. So if you haven't purchased them, okay, so right here you'll get most of them from actually doing the program, but then you might have to buy some, and they are going for a little bit. They're coming back down in price a little bit. So I'll say this: if you're a free-to-play player, go as far. If you can't get Buxton, the reason why I wouldn't drop just an absolute ton of stubs to try and finish this is because I totally recommend just saving your stubs early, trying to get the live series collection done as fast as possible, because that is going to allow you to just have endgame cards for the duration of the game. Like this Byron Buxton card's incredible, and obviously you can play him at any position in the outfield, but you could also have Alfonso Soriano. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just and some other cards as well doing the live series collection, but they should fall in price a little bit, and I would wait just a little bit longer before you go and try and buy them all. But yeah, you get just too short, so you will have to complete the collection there to get Byron Buxton. All right, next we also have to talk about the first inning program. So if you have not completed the first inning program, the show has done an amazing job in helping you guys out and finishing it, because if you go all the way down here, if you trade in 3 April Tops Now moments, which you get for free, that's 50,000 XP. And then the same thing for the April monthly award players. That's 100 XP for 6 cards total that you just lock into place that you're going to keep. Like, that's amazing for them to do. It really helps out people that haven't been able to grind a ton, or maybe you got the game late. Take advantage of this, guys. If you are struggling to try and get as far as you can, you might as well, because you can get the Diamond Ball player items, and then the live series you can get to 650. Just a really, really good thing from them to try and help you finish that first inning program, because come Friday, the second inning program will be here. And lastly, we did get a new headliner as well in the 92 Adam Wainwright, the 2006 postseason Adam Wainwright. And he's got a pretty good pitch mix: sinker, curveball, cutter, four-seamer, and changeup, and a good drop from changeup to his fastball in 82 to 93 miles an hour. His K per 9's incredible. So is his hit per 9. So the PCI is just going to be awfully small. A really good advantage there. And then, you know, his control is good at 82. His velocity is only 83, but that break is 98. And when you take a look at the control, the curveball is really good. And then the pitch break on that curveball and cutter, really elite. Again, I'm not huge on spending money on these kind of cards because you can get a ton for free. I mean, you can go get Corbin Burns for free from doing the event. Actually, sorry, he's a closer in this one, so his attributes, yeah, stamina is really low, the reliever version, my apologies. But you can go get Matt Barnes, who, you know, again, for free. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of buying these cards, because, again, you could just save up your stubs and buy live series cards to complete those collections. But still, this is a really good reliever for sure. And then lastly, guys, I thought I would just show you my team real quick, just what I've been able to accomplish so far. And again, if you want to watch me play, again, it is 10 a.m. Eastern time every single day. Twitch link is down below. And again, guys, if you did enjoy the video, please subscribe and give it a like. I would appreciate it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's content. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.